Hello, welcome back to Blender and LiveENODING. In this episode, we're gonna try to create some kind of procedural snowman, and I base it on the Apple emoji. So yeah, this is actually seems pretty simple, and we can definitely create this manually, but I'll try to do it procedurally. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, so let's do it like this, and then we just drop the image there, save it. SV procedural snowman emoji. So we can do this in more like a kind of like a manual, or if you want it to be more procedural, you can do that as well. This emoji, I mean this snowman is pretty simple, only like 2 sphere. Sometimes you want it to have 3 as well. Let's start with a sphere with a 12 by 12 resolutions. And with this guy, I will be using the viewer draw. Plug that in there. And that can be the head or the bottom part. Let's say turn on the matrix, and we can always scale it here or scale it at the origin there. So the locations, just bring it up to the ground. So this part actually is not rounded, so that's something that we can adjust using scale. Maybe just scale it a little bit like that, copy paste. So sort of if it's dropped a little bit, maybe it's gonna look a little bit better. So this, for this part, we can actually use the same sphere, so we can use the list join. So matrix data, so we have 2 matrix data now, plug that in, and this one we can lift it up, or actually you just lift it up here. Now this is where it gets interesting. So we have actually 2 transform, right, for the sphere. So maybe we also want to use a 2 value. So list input vector, plug into the radius. So now we can have bigger bottom 2 sphere like that. For the other one, maybe just 1 1 1, so it's rounded. So you get the idea. Okay, so we are getting somewhere, and for the next one, let's make the cone part. We're gonna put the eyes. Actually, let's do the eyes first. The eyes gonna be another different part. So create a sphere. We will draw. So this is gonna be black color, 8 by 8 for the eyes. The eyes actually maybe should be rotated at some point. So create a matrix, scale it down to 0.2, and then we don't need to see the points. Let's move it to the, when modeling, I think it's a good idea to have the positive Y directions for the character. I think it depends on the, yeah, wherever Suzanne is looking at is a good way you can orient your character. So this way, bring it up. There we go, it's gonna be the eyeball. Rotations, okay, we're gonna rotate it in X, 90 degree, so that's a good idea. That, bring it up. See, for this for the eyeball to mirror, you can do it in many different ways. We can do it in the easy way actually for now. So that's the eyeball, bigger radius. Yeah, I guess we can fix that. For the location, here we have the X, and this is the Y, and that's the Z. We want the X to be, you know, like one is positive and one is negative. So yeah, let's do that. Float two value for the location. Okay, vector in. Copy that. Put that in. So the X and the Y. Let's try this. Two value and math. This one should be negative. Let's join. This one should be multiplied by -1. So now we have our eyeballs. Kind of pretty decent. And what's next? We can create the hands. That can be, we can use grease pencil. So go to the front view, orthographic. Just draw it using grease pencil. So that should be okay. It's at a different place, so just tab it, select all, put it where it should be. So that's looking pretty good. The Sverchok viewer is covering this guy, but that's okay. So we have this eyeball part. We can create the nose and the mouth at some point. The mouth actually can be drawn using grease pencil as well. And we need to have the dots and the head. So still long way to go. Snowman. Grease pencil. Get our grease pencil. There you go. For the mouth, actually, if I draw like grease pencil and project it, that's will be perfect. Yeah, but for now, let's just do it this way. Go to the front view. Just gonna draw a smiley, and that's actually at the wrong place as well. So select this guy, put it at the front. It's gonna be floating for now. That's okay. So we actually have another grease pencil to work with. Well, actually, for the mouth there, I don't need to overcomplicate it for now. I think just delete this. So back to this guy. We can simply use a skin modifier. Plug that in. Turn on live. So we have that. You can tweak that, of course, the thickness and whatnot, you know, for the details. I don't worry too much about the details. So with live, we have this already being generated. If you want a single object, I think that's mesh join will work as well. So now we have a single object. So let's actually make everything like a real object instead of just a viewer draw. Use a viewer mesh. Plug this guy in. And now we have real actual object. This guy, we want it to be smooth. Give it a material. It's white color material here. So this is white. It's a good idea to name it. These guys should be like a brown color. Okay, that's getting somewhere. And let's make the nose now, and the mouth and the nose and the button. That's pretty easy. Basically the same kind of step and procedure. Let's create the cone. Cone is actually, we don't have cone. Just use cylinder. Cylinder with a cap. Let's see what we get. If we use a viewer B mesh, plug this in. We have a cylinder. Let's reduce the top part. Let's reduce the number to 12, and then we need to just rotate it in the x-axis 90 degree. Okay, now we can close this, bring it up. So this makes it a lot easier. This is in the latest Sverchok. There we go. The nose too big. Make it smaller. There we go. This can be orange color because it's a carrot. Bright orange. Orange. Now back with the smiley. So we have grease pencil for the arm. Maybe we create a new layer. Kind of wondering if we can have different layer. So grease pencil layer. Get the second one. This is for the mouth. Since we already have this guy right here, we can actually project our grease pencil now, if I'm not wrong. So, how to do this? Grease pencil. So grease pencil, we can project it on object, surface placement, surface. Yeah, I think that's how we do it. So just draw it on the surface like that. Now it's like sticking, so that's good. Get our grease pencil. Smiley. Okay, our smiley have moved. So that's actually interesting. Active frame. Smiley. So that's a smiley. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna fix that. This one, I think, should be the arm. Okay. So we have our smiley. We can adjust the how many points we have on the smiley. So that's pretty easy. So these actually we just need the points. So we're gonna use this as the matrix for our sphere. Sphere. Make it 8 by 8. Viewer B mesh. So that's gonna be for our mouth. Give it a material. The Sverchok material is actually, this is cycles, anyway, black color. That's a stone or a rock. Adjust the number. Okay, we can now hide the grease pencil. So yeah, I think it's getting somewhere. Let's say we need to go back and change the the thing, you know, like cylinder. This is should be smaller, and the rotations up a little bit. This one 26, a little bit better. The eyes should be bigger. So all this actually matters. Where's the eye? So it's a good idea now to kind of organize the nodes. So that's the eyeball. The eyeball needs actually to have the white there. Yeah, I think it's getting somewhere. We just need to have the button and then the head. Probably I have to continue on the next video. Should be good for now. The tree here, the details for each tree can be adjusted. Maybe I'll continue next one to make the head and the button. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, but it's a nice exercise. It's fun exercise using nodes to make a snowman, emoji snowman, and then you can, you know, always go back and make changes. Yeah, like where's the scale? Okay, this guy is the body. Make it bigger. So really good procedural work is that whenever the head moves, maybe the mouth needs to go with it. Things like that, you know, it's gonna make the model much better procedurally, and you can make like a random snowman. But there you go. That's pretty much it for this live coding. Hopefully you enjoy this, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.